Before I start, I would like to point out that the term relevant is subjective, and anything can be considered relevant or irrelevant. Cars 2 is Pixar's most underrated movie. If you have ever seen a list detailing worst animated movies, Cars 2 is likely up there, and I will not stand for this injustice. Cars 2 has a flawed protagonist that is called out and viewed as flawed and learns to be better. It does not actively disrespect the legacy of its series, and there is a fact that in the movie story about racing, suddenly for absolutely no reason the second one becomes a spy thriller with a body count. That is one of the most hilarious things ever. People like protagonists to be flawed, or a character who effortlessly stood out by everything. People effortlessly good at everything. They tend to lose a lot of relatability. You typically see stuff like that in superhero media, such as Marvel's What If, for example, where it was an alternate timeline where Black Panther grew up in space and suddenly he's the greatest person in the universe, and he manages to convince the Mad Titan Thanos to be good, despite the fact that the only person he has ever loved, his daughter Gamora, the only person Thanos ever loved, was never able to convince him to abandon his plan, but then this random guy is able to. Cause 2 is different. Mater has big flaws, he's an idiot and no one takes him seriously. But he realizes that his triumph is realizing that nobody takes him seriously. And when he tries to talk music to the villains, it doesn't work because you can't just talk to people and have them not be evil anymore. I know it's a low ball, but Cause 2 ruin the legacy of Cause 1, right? No, Cause 2 is more of a fun epilogue than a true sequel. Cause 3 was meant to be the sequel to Cause 2, really. It's a racing movie just like the first one. It follows Lightning McQueen just like the first one. It follows Lightning McQueen as he's forced into retirement and the world is moving on without him, just like his mentor Doc Hudson warned him. The beginning of Cars 3 is generally a masterpiece, and then the rest of the movie happens. Cars 3 is one of the worst Pixar movies because Cars 3 could have had. The point of Cars 3 is that Lightning trains another Carl Cruise to take his place, but it doesn't commit to either angle. Those sort of passing on the torch movies should either be a movie where the main character gets his last hurrah, or a movie where the main character graciously steps down. Cars 3 proves to do neither. It tries to do both and proves to do neither. It tries to have his cake and then eat it too. The movie it makes for extremely unsatisfying ending, so I'll take the dumb Spy Car movie over the conflicted mess that constantly contradicts itself. Finally, the fact that a movie like Cars 2 exists is absolutely hilarious. It puts ideas in your head like, was there a 9/11 in Cars? Were the planes in on it? Oh, those universe, they seem to have the same history. Cars 3 just doesn't make you laugh like that. And I just love the fact that a super classy and heartfelt animation studio decided to make a movie that was just fun and insane. I know that Cars 2 is not for everyone. I know that a lot of people hate it, but it does tend to be off the walls. In nature, there are things called ecological niches, where species evolve to do a specific thing. Some animals are better in more environments, but others work better in specific environments. Like, a black bear can survive almost anywhere, but a polar bear survives in the Arctic. If the Arctic is gone, then polar bears are gone too. But if a polar bear and a black bear fought, the polar bear would win. Cars 2 is like a polar bear. It's It doesn't fit a lot of environments, but when it clicks just right, there's nothing else like it. Like some modern Pixar movies can tend to feel a little generic, like they're phoning it in, such as Toy Story 4, but Cars 2 is entirely its own thing and is entirely unique. Like, I understand if it doesn't, you can't scratch your itch, but it's a very specific, very powerful itch. Well, the fact that Pixar suddenly woke up one morning and decided to make a movie like Cars 2 fills me with so much passion and hope. Conclusion, movies like Cars 3 are liked by more people, but we need more movies like Cars 2 that are loved by just a few people. Thank you. Goodbye.